You ever say something and it just completely misses the mark?
Oh, definitely.
Like you meant it well, but it just lands totally wrong.
Yeah, or you hold back something important because you're worried how it'll sound.
Exactly. It feels like speaking well, effectively and kindly is, well, it's tough these days, isn't it?
It really is. So much communication, so many ways for it to go sideways.
Well, that's what today's deep dive is all about. We're aiming for a shortcut, kinda, to understanding what well-spoken words actually are.
And we're using a fantastic source for that.
Right, an ancient text, the Subhāsitasutta. We're going to unpack some key parts, pull out the timeless wisdom on, good communication.
Practical stuff you can actually use. And just for context, the setting is Savatthi at Jetavana. That's where the Buddha, who's called Bhagava in the text, is sharing these insights. So it has this really rich historical backdrop.
Okay, so the Buddha kicks things off. He outlines these 4 key things for speech to be, like, well-spoken.
Right, speech that's blameless, as he puts it.
Yeah, blameless and unblameable by the wise.
Yeah.
So first, it has to be well-spoken, not ill-spoken.
Meaning the words themselves should be, helpful, skillful.
Beneficial, yeah. And delivered well, clarity, good intent right from the start. Second, it needs to be righteous or truthful, not unrighteous.
So this gets into the morality, doesn't it?
Totally. Is it good? Is it honest? Not manipulative, not misleading.
Right.
Third is pleasing or agreeable, not displeasing.
The delivery.
Yeah, how it lands. Delivered so people can actually hear it, without causing unnecessary offense.
That unnecessary feels important there.
It does. And finally, the fourth one.
Yeah.
Simple, but huge.
True, not false.
Just factual.
Yeah.
Genuine. Your words got to line up with reality.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is how these are all laid out together in verse 450.
Oh, okay.
It says, the saints declare well-spoken words to be supreme. Speak what is righteous, not unrighteous, that is the second. Speak what is pleasing, not displeasing, that is the third. Speak what is true, not false, that is the fourth.
So it's not just what you say.
No, it's also how you say it and, the why behind it, the intention. It's surprisingly holistic right from the get-go.
Yeah. You can immediately see how useful these 4 points are. Like for any conversation, really. A tough one at work, just chatting with a friend.
It gives you a framework.
Totally. But then it gets even more interesting, doesn't it?
It does, because after the Buddha lays this out, someone else steps up.
Right. This figure, Yasma,
A revered figure.
and he gets permission from the Buddha and basically offers praise. But through these verses that add, layers, they deepen the whole idea.
So it's like, okay, those 4 are the foundation, but what else makes speech truly supreme?
Precisely. Bhagavad brings in more on the ethical side, the impact.
Okay, so what's his first point?
Verse 451, this one's powerful. It's the non-harming principle.
Non-harming.
Yeah. One should speak only those words by which one does not torment oneself nor harm others. That indeed is well-spoken speech.
Wow. Okay, so it's double-sided. Exactly. Don't cause yourself grief with your words, regret or internal conflict.
Like sending that angry text you immediately wish you could take back.
Right. And crucially, don't harm the other person. It ties speech directly to compassion and your own integrity.
That really makes you pause, doesn't it? Thinking about both yourself and the other person.
It absolutely should. Then in verse 452, Vagasa talks about pleasant words.
But didn't the Buddha already cover pleasing?
Sort of, but Vagasa adds a nuance. He says, one should speak only pleasant words, words that are welcome.
Welcomed, okay.
Speaking pleasantly to others without taking on evils.
So it's not just being superficially nice.
Exactly. Not sugarcoating or flattery with a hidden agenda. It's genuine pleasantness. Words that are actually welcome because they come from a good place, free of malice.
Pleasantness with pure motives. Got it. What's next?
Verse 453 takes on truth, or sakka.
Which the Buddha already listed as point 4.
Yes, but Vagasa elevates it. He says, truth indeed is the immortal word. This is an ancient law.
Immortal word. Ancient law. Sounds pretty fundamental.
It is, he continues. In truth, in meaning, and in righteousness, the saints are said to be established. So truth isn't just not telling lies.
It's more foundational.
Yeah, it's like this deep inherent authenticity, the bedrock upon which wisdom and moral standing are built. It's presented as timeless.
Okay, that adds a lot of weight to just being truthful.
Definitely. And then the final verse we're looking at, 454, kind of brings it all home.
What does it say?
Vagasa connects well-spoken words to the ultimate goal. The words that the Buddha speaks, which are safe for the attainment of nibbana, for the ending of suffering, those words are supreme among words.
Nibbana.
Look-
So, liberation, the end of suffering.
Exactly. So the highest, most supreme speech is speech that actually helps lead towards that ultimate goal. It adds this really profound philosophical purpose to it all.
Wow. Okay. So we started with 4 practical points, and now we're talking about ending suffering. That's quite the journey.
It really is.
So let's try and synthesize this. What does this ancient wisdom from the Buddha and Vulguza actually mean for, us trying to talk to each other today?
Well, I think you see this clear progression, right? You start with the basics.
Yeah.
Be truthful, be righteous, be pleasant, speak skillfully.
And the foundation.
But then Vulguza pushes us deeper. Think about harm to yourself, to others. Think about the genuineness of your pleasant words. Think about truth as this deep core principle.
And ultimately think about the purpose. Is it leading towards something beneficial, something that reduces suffering?
Exactly. It moves from just correct speech to speech that is truly beneficial and harmless in the deepest sense. It's asking us to look at the whole ecosystem of our words.
So it's way beyond just saying nice things or even just telling the truth.
Absolutely. It's about intention, integrity, and awareness of impact.
So for you listening, maybe think of these principles the Buddha's 4, plus Vigas's layers almost like a checklist before you speak, especially in tricky situations.
Yeah, ask yourself, is it well-spoken, righteous, pleasing, true?
And then add, does it cause torment? Does it harm others? Is it genuinely pleasant? Is it rooted in that deeper truth?
Because the words you choose, they don't just float away. They reflect who you are, and they really do land on people. They have an impact.
It really transforms speech from just talking into a conscious act, doesn't it? An act of integrity, maybe even compassion.
That's a great way to put it. A conscious act with real power.
So maybe here's something to think about, a final thought for you to chew on. We've got this foundation, true, righteous, pleasing words. But if you really consciously focused on that non-harming principle from Vagse specifically, not tormenting yourself and not harming others, how might that fundamentally change the way you handle your most challenging conversations this week?
That's a powerful question to sit with.